Coming up on Mountain News at 5:30, with the Democratic National Convention set to begin this evening, former President Donald Trump is trying to stick to his economic message. And one state election board passes a rule which gives local election officials more power to investigate ballot counts before certifying the results.
And temperatures today were in the low to mid 70s, but that heat and humidity is going to make a comeback. Find out when in a few minutes.
Dedicated to Southern and Eastern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 5:30.
Good evening, I'm Madison Carmouche. The Democratic National Convention kicks off tonight in Chicago. It comes less than 1 month after Vice President Kamala Harris lifted the party's election hopes. The event is slated to begin with President Biden passing the torch to Harris, the first black woman to become a major party nominee. Hillary Clinton is also scheduled to speak opening night. We will have coverage of night one of the DNC tonight at 10 p.m. here on WYMT. As Democrats gather for their convention this week, former President Donald Trump and his running mate, J.D. Vance, are in the battleground state of Pennsylvania. It will be the start of a battleground state blitz, a week of counter-programming to the DNC. CBS's Nicole Skanga has the latest.
Former President Donald Trump kicked off one of his busiest campaign weeks ever in reliably red York, Pennsylvania, with his message to make America affordable again.
We will put more money into your pockets and create millions and millions of new jobs. We're going to do it like nobody else.
Trump hopes to end what Republicans and supporters are calling the Harris honeymoon period.
You know, I think that the Harris bump has already happened.
But the former president has struggled to stay on his economic message.
I'm a better looking person than Kamala.
Riffs like that have Trump allies concerned.
And if you have a policy debate for president, he wins. Donald Trump, the provocateur, the showman, may not win this election.
CBS News polling says the former president leads among those who say the economy and inflation are major factors in their vote. Trump's running mate, Senator J.D. Vance, also talked economics in Pennsylvania Monday.
She wants to make groceries and homes more affordable for American citizens. Well, Kamala Harris, where have you been? Because you've been vice president for about 1,300 days. Day one was 3.5 years ago. You should have been doing your job then.
Pennsylvania would be a major prize for either party. 10 of the past 12 presidents won the Keystone State. The former president is scheduled to visit 4 more battleground states later this week, including North Carolina, where Trump will hold an outdoor rally, the first since his assassination attempt a little over a month ago. Nicole Skanga, CBS News, Washington.
Former President Trump will visit Michigan tomorrow to discuss crime and safety. It will be the president's 6th visit to Michigan this year. 1 person is dead and 7 others injured in a mass shooting in Baltimore. Police say it happened last night at a gathering in East Baltimore. Officers say multiple people suddenly opened fire, killing 1 man and wounding 7 others. According to police, the victims range in age from 22 to 46, and their conditions today range from critical to stable. Detectives say multiple firearms were found at the scene. However, at this time, no suspect has been taken into custody. In Cabell County, West Virginia, a fight trickled into shots being fired at a restaurant. It happened in the early hours yesterday morning in Huntington along Route 60. The fight started outside the restaurant, according to deputies, which escalated to shots being fired through a window, striking 2 people as a result. Both victims, including one who was an employee of the restaurant, have since been released from the hospital. 5 people were shot in Boston after someone opened fire toward a crowd of people last night. It happened at Franklin Park following the Dominican Day Parade and Festival. Police were moving the crowd out of the park when they heard multiple gunshots. 3 men and 2 women sustained non-life-threatening injuries. They were treated at a nearby hospital and are expected to be okay. Police have not identified any suspects.
What a day. My goodness, what a day. We had temperatures in the 70s, some places mid 70s. But overall, not bad at the 5:30 time frame. We're at 72 in Hazard, 74 Jackson, Moorhead's at 79. Same story in Irvine. If you go to London as well as Somerset, we're seeing temperatures in the low 80s. 72 is the current temperature in Clintwood. 64 is the current temperature in Wise. All is quiet right now on live pinpoint Doppler radar. We are picking up some false returns on the Jackson radar at this time. Other than that, we are seeing a clean sweep. Next 12 hours keeps temperatures in the mid to upper 70s by the 6 o'clock time frame. 8 o'clock will go to 73, 69 by the 10 o'clock time frame, and then upper 50s by 6 a.m. When you wake up in the morning, temperatures in the mid to upper 50s, even low 60s will greet you, making for a nice fall-like evening out there. A beautiful evening to check out the full super blue moon tonight. Now the question is how long will this nice weather last? I'll have the answer in the First Alert forecast in a few minutes. Madison.
All right, Eric, thank you. Former U.S. Representative George Santos has pleaded guilty to committing wire fraud and aggravated identity theft. Today, Santos entered the plea in a courtroom in Long Island, New York, just weeks before his trial was set to begin. Santos was expelled from the U.S. House after an ethics investigation found, quote, overwhelming evidence that he had broken the law and exploited his public position for his own profit. The Georgia State Election Board passed a rule giving local election officials additional power to investigate ballot counts before certifying the results. Critics say the move could inject chaos into the 2024 election. The vote on the rule was carried 3-2 by the five-member board. Its sole Democratic appointee and its chairman voted against the rule change. It comes amid intense scrutiny of 3 Republican state election board members. Coming up on Mountain News at 5:30, when you think of investments, you might think of the stock market or 401ks, but you are forgetting one key investment: how to invest in yourself.
And in the world of weather, that fall-like weather continues for the day on Tuesday, but how long will it last? I'll have that answer, plus a sneak peek into the month of September coming up in a few minutes. Stay with us.